It's not about the messenger, y'all. It's about the message, right? Today, let me read this. CNN just confirmed that federal authorities have interviewed several accusers who have filed civil lawsuits against Diddy, and reveals that the feds are also contacting people who are in footage seized from Diddy's homes during the March raids, including a male sex worker. Let's hear this out real quick.
That Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits, 7 directly accusing him of sexual assault. CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister has all of this new reporting for us. Elizabeth, what more are you learning?
Good morning, Kate. So this is obviously the biggest escalation since those March raids on Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami. We are now hearing that federal investigators are preparing to possibly bring witnesses in front of a federal grand jury in New York City. What we have heard is that possible witnesses have been notified that they could be called to testify. Now, sources do caution that investigators are still in the process of gathering information. In fact, they are still calling in new witnesses, and they have called in some witnesses multiple times. We also hear that the majority of the accusers who have filed these civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs have been brought in for questioning, and again, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into this federal probe. Now, a spokesperson for Homeland Security did not respond to our request for comment about the presence of a grand jury, but they did confirm that this investigation is presently ongoing.
Elizabeth, what are you learning about the evidence that investigators could be reviewing here?
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators. Now, when the raids first happened, we had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking, which is what HSI specializes in. Now we are hearing that that scope has been widened, and that investigators are really looking into all of these claims put forth in these civil lawsuits. That would include not just sex trafficking, but also money laundering and illegal drugs. I have a source who tells me, quote, "This is much bigger than just these lawsuits."
Sounds like much more to come. Elizabeth, thank you very much for your continued great reporting on this. Still ahead.
I'm just saying, it's looking over for Diddy right now. These are some very heavy allegations right here, and I'm just quite frankly disappointed. If I'm being honest, I'm just very disappointed, man. Here's a man whom very powerful in the music industry and has taken advantage of so many people, according to all of these allegations that are coming out, and according to the footage that we have already bear witness to of him abusing Cassie. Like, dog, this is becoming more and more of a poor excuse for a man for me right here. You have Diddy Combs out here blackmailing people with video footage and baiting them to do things. From what I'm gathering, you know, at least this is what my common sense is saying, getting them to be able to do things and hold favors because of said blackmail. What? That's just some sick stuff right there, man. Who are these accusers is the big question for me. I know Lil Rod came out and spoke out. We obviously know Cassie's story, and I really feel for Cassie as well to have to relive all of this, but I know that she's receiving a lot of support from everyone around the world in regards to this. But it says witnesses in Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking probe prepare to testify before a grand jury in an escalation of the criminal probe against music legend Sean Diddy Combs. Federal prosecutors are preparing grand jury subpoenas for witnesses to testify in the sex trafficking investigation against him, according to a source familiar with the matter. Investigators have already interviewed several witnesses and told them to be prepared to testify. The source said, though it remains unclear when that the testimony will occur or how far the federal officials are in determining whether to bring charges. The source spoke on the condition of the anatomy because of the case is ongoing. Let me see. Let's scroll down. It says Combs has not been charged. I'm right here, by the way. Combs has not been charged with any crime and has denied any wrongdoing. It's kind of hard to do that now, bro. You got 4K proof out here, and you've been raided. You feel me? But anyhow, Combs has not been charged with any crime and has denied any wrongdoing. The probe was launched after 3 women accused him of unconsented relations, assault, and other abuses dating back 3 decades. One of the allegations involved a minor. Pathetic. It's unclear whether those accusations, which Combs denies, are connected to the investigation. Wow. Still, I want to know who these victims are. Very curious to know about that. And I mean, it really don't matter. It's just said for whoever it is, right? It says little was known about the federal probe, including the identities of any alleged victims. People with knowledge of the investigation who are not authorized to speak publicly said federal investigators are seeking telecommunications and flight records related to Combs. All right. In March, investigators searching Combs' Hills mansion, empty safes. Wow. Emptied safes, dismantled electronics, and left papers strewn in some rooms, source told the Times. And he got the nerve to want to send that weak ass apology video. That thing was well rehearsed, coached. You know, he's not really a good actor at all. He's pretty much a Z-list actor when it comes to that. None of this stuff is funny, but yeah, man, y'all just let's take a little flashback. Look how weak it is. Pathetic.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Cap. But what is not cap? It says breaking. Criminal defense attorney says Cassie Ventura most likely already testified against Diddy in a quote secret grand jury quote hearing. End quote. I'm sorry. Criminal defense attorney Vic and Cassie Ventura most likely already testified against Sean Diddy Combs in a secret grand jury hearing during the interview with Fox News. In light of this horrifying footage that was released today, showing Diddy's violently assaulting Ventura at the LA hotel. So this was obviously around like May 16th, 17th when this was confirmed, I guess. Yeah, right here. It says May 17, 2024, this tweet. Okay, boom. Anyhow, where was I at? In light of this horrifying footage that was released today showing Diddy violently assaulting Ventura at the LA hotel, Vic said he'd almost bet the law firm she already gave a testimony in a secret grand jury hearing. Quote, I'd almost bet the law firm she already testified in front of a secret grand jury hearing, end quote, Vic said. Yeah, this is bad, Diddy. They got a video attached to it. Let's see what this got going on.
Has only further confirmed the disturbing and predatory behavior of Mr. Combs. Words cannot express the courage and fortitude that Miss Ventura has shown in coming forward to bring this to light. So what's the strategy? She clearly signed an NDA. What's their strategy coming out? Do they want more money? What is it they're looking for? Somebody hid this video for a long time, Vic.
I don't think it's a chase for more money. At this point in time, there is a civil settlement, so any restitution order by a criminal court really would not have any weight against Combs if he were to be convicted and sentenced with a restitution order.
Right.
The goal here is exposure. You can bet your bottom dollar that she will be a witness on the witness list. I'd almost bet the firm that she's already testified in front of a secret grand jury. And having been in front of a grand jury all day today representing an incredibly wrongfully accused client, I will tell you that grand juries take a long time. It could be a year or more before that jury comes back with a true bill. So that is the ultimate goal for her in this case.
That's fascinating.
All I'm gonna say is, yeah, it's only a matter of time. For real, man. Do y'all think that she already spoke to a grand jury? I feel like, yeah, but I want to know y'all thoughts because, again, I'm just sitting back like, yeah, the clock is ticking.